Hey guys, this is Rishi, and this is my Continental GT 650 Scrambler. So I just came back from a Sunday ride. Thought I'll just make a quick video in continuation to where I left in the last video. So if you're new to the channel or if you haven't seen the last video, make sure you watch that first and then come to this. So basically what I've done is of course, for those who don't know, I have switched the front suspension to a Himalayan on this GT. So I thought I'll just quickly take you guys through all the small things and the bigger ones, what you need to watch out for before you make the switch, whatever is required. So I apologize for the disturbance that's there in the background. It's Sunday, everyone is at home, so I can't really help it. But so before I start, just watch these following clips. These are from the Sunday ride today. So what I've tried to cover in those videos is basically the high speed stability in straight line, the cornering, how it corners, how it handles around the corners, and also how it handles all the rough patches on the road and how is it while saddling. So enjoy guys. I'll see you after this. That after switching these forks to Himalayan, the bike will wobble, the bike will go all the way around left and right and won't be as stable on the road. So that was the high speed stability to sort of demonstrate what the bike is like at high speeds. I even left the handlebar to show that there is absolutely no wobble. I'm at 120 right now. I leave the handle and it's absolutely stable.
time. Can I introduce myself? I've been watching you evolve, and it's been too long. Can I have the song? I just get so mesmerized when you up and against that pole. I just wanna take you home. Who would they to criticize? I decide to make your money. I will spend every dime on you, baby. Take it from me since I saw you in the corner. To let you know I want you. All these bitches say you bougie. Can't stop me from approaching. I don't give a fuck what your reputation is. I just won't repeat the same and do it all over again. These are the thoughts in my mind. Hope you don't think I'm crazy. Just don't ever try to play me. These are rules I'm engaging. I sit back in the back and with a perfect time. See, you don't have the time. Wish I could work my first time. Give me time. Too little thing. Give me love. I just hit the cups. Hit me up. Finish up. Live it up. This is lust. Up in this bitch. Said I need that. Need that. Shorty caught my eye. Said I need that. Need that. Let me get a feel, man. I hope it feel real. I'm the fucking real deal. Been over, bitch. You know the drill. Up in this bitch. Said I need that. Need that. Shorty caught my eye. Said I need that. Need that. Let me get a feel, man. I hope it feel real. I'm the fucking real deal. Been over, bitch. You know the drill.
And that's for those who thought that after this switch the bike will not be able to corner properly and the handling will go down and blah blah blah. In fact, the handling has got better, surprisingly. All in one package, isn't it? I can easily saddle as well. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll start from the bottom and then we'll move our way up. Now, hope you enjoyed the clips from today's ride. So first things first, what I've done is I've switched to the Himalayan rods, or I would call it the shocker rods from the Himalayan. We've got all the internal components from that suspension. All I've done is retain the stock legs of this bike. Okay, what that does is you can easily use the same brake caliper, same disc, same axle, basically no nonsense, and it's a direct fit to the same clamps. This diameter is exactly the same. Okay, moving up, I have this high set fender. I did this quite some time back. How did I actually get this? This is a stock 650 mudguard that comes on the Interceptor as well as the GT. This little mount right here, it was originally the mount for the number plate. Now we just sort of bent it around and just made it fit right over these clamps, so you can see it over here. Moving up, because this was a GT earlier, so I had got this handlebar switched up to the Interceptor one. So of course that thing was first solved out, but if you do this to your Interceptors, then of course you will not have to do this step. You can straight away skip it. Now when I got this done, I think last week, all this part of the suspension rod that's over here, it was just this much over this clamp. So this area of the rod was actually down here, so the bike was much higher and it was not really balancing out properly for me. So what I did, I got these little adjustable risers, and what we did, we moved them back. In fact, I only did it. I moved them back so that these shockers get enough space to slide around the handlebar. Okay. Otherwise, if the handlebar is over here, the it will this rod will basically touch the handlebar and it won't go any higher. Right. Next, in the Himalayan, of course, there's a difference between these clamps, like whatever the distance is between this clamp and this clamp, but the travel on the Himalayan, or what the distance is between the legs and this clamp is around this much. I measured it with my hand, so I know it's this much. So last night I jacked the bike up, loosened up the bolts, and let them slide through after I did the work on the risers. So when I went for the ride in the morning, it was pretty stable. I mean, I did not feel that awkward stance, in which like the bike was sort of sloping this way. Now it was pretty stable for me, because as soon as you sit on the bike actually squashes forward, so it's okay. I mean, the shockers compress, so it's pretty normal. Okay, so that's about the bike, about the shockers. What do you have to watch out for? Okay, so of course, if you're switching to a longer suspension, there has to be a change in the wires. So number one, you will have to get a longer ABS brake line. Now in this case, we didn't have anything. The ABS lines, the longer ABS lines weren't in stock. So what we did, we just chopped off a part of this. We got a new ABS line and we sort of taped it together, joined them together, where it's longer and comes till the caliper. Number two, the brake line, the front brake line. So now this one goes inside the tank to the pump, to the brake pump, and then from there's another one that comes out and goes down on the caliper. Now that is pretty much okay. Of course, there is some stretch over here. I need to change it after some time, because I don't want so much stress to be coming on this rod, on this wire. But what we did, we got a longer steel braided line. Of course, this is steel braided, it's just covered with, what do you call, rubber. It's actually steel braided. We opened the tank, we joined it on the same spot, and now it's easily reaching the caliper. Now what is still remaining is the work on the rear suspension. Of course, I want to ride it a bit more and be really sure about what I want to do with this bike now. Of course, I have a couple of options, either to get risers for the rear suspension, or spacers, whatever you call them, and number two is I go for an all-out long travel suspension at the rear. Of course, it's a bit hard to source right now, but let's see, I might just find it. So these are the all-terrain tires. Oh, by the way, I forgot about this. This is actually the stock mudguard. I just chopped it from the front so that it's much cleaner over here. Dirt doesn't get stuck all inside. This is a Timson TS823 stock size, and if I move back, this is a Dunlop Trail Max 150 70 18. This tire comes as standard on the Honda Africa Twin, so it's very heavy duty. You can beat this tire around, nothing will happen, because it's designed for a much heavier bike, and this is of course lighter in comparison. So that's actually the first stage of this build. Of course, I need some more time with this, at least another 3-4 days of hard riding to completely understand how the bike behaves and what I really want from this. I'll keep you guys posted as to how it's behaving in more circumstances, under more situations. I'll even try to get a few pictures of me sitting on the bike. Of course, a lot of people have already asked me why am I still retaining the rear sets. Why am I retaining the rear sets is because now the handlebars have been pulled back because of those adjustable risers. So you actually sit pretty far back on the bike, and it's pretty comfortable for me. Very easy to saddle on as well. Uh, I will get a few videos and pictures of me saddling or going off road, so you can check that out on my Instagram page. If you haven't followed me, you can follow me on that. I'll put my Instagram handle somewhere over here. But all in all, that is what it looks like. Of course, there are more pictures on my Instagram page, so you can check them out over there. Drop me a comment, drop me a DM on Instagram. Feel free to get in touch with me if you have more questions. I make sure to answer all the comments, all the DMs that I receive, because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is experiment and give out the knowledge. Wanna do the same thing, you don't have to do the trial and error. You can just be sure, because I have already done it. And yeah, I think it's a pretty useful mod. Of course, Royal Enfield is not giving us a Himalayan 650. We can make it on our own. So alright guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do give it a like, drop a comment, share it with your friends who might want to do this with their Continental GTs and Interceptors. And I will see you soon in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.